This one is cool, right?
Yeah, these are both new.
Oh, is this mine?
That one's yours in the middle.
All right. This supposed to be the same engraving?
This, no, this.
Well, I was introduced to saxophone by a man named Herb Cuff. He just passed away. He was a clarinet player, classical. He made a relationship with Julius Keilwerth. Somehow they met, they talked. He said, I have ideas for a saxophone. Would you make them? They made a Cuff saxophone, which was Keilwerth manufactured under the Cuff name. And that went on for a while, and I was introduced to that through Herb in America. And then after that business deal went to another place, I stayed with Keilwerth, and really, except for a short excursion to Selma for a minute, the main competitor, of course. I've been with them since the late 1970s. But now I'm yet another developer. In a certain way, it's the Liebman saxophone produced by Keilwerth with my suggestions, improvements, and my aesthetic.
You want to be able to go like that without having to, like the Selmas, you got to take a handle. This one is a little...
I came here to confirm that the company is producing the saxophone to my specifications. This is the new Liebman model. This has been in talk for the last 5 years, seriously, although I've had a relationship with them for several decades. And finally, this last year, we consummated a business deal. They made the commitment to do it. It's obviously an exclusive your pre-ordered kind of horn from somebody. The consumer will order this horn. They'll wait for a few months, etc. And with it will come some, accessories that wouldn't be available with the other horns. And the main thing is that I came for is to see that the sound, because we're about sound, that the sound was as good as actually my original horn, which is the prototype, which I've had for several years. And I'll tell you, after today, the truth is, it's better. So I'm actually very, very happy.
That's a normal sound. That's the way it's supposed to be. That has a little click on the high register.
Okay,
Quiet.
so
Cork pad?
cork pad.
Cork, yes.
It's about ear, and then the technician's job is to translate what you're saying. There's several steps. What you say, he has to describe that to himself. You say red, he may mean it in another way. And then he's got to make red happen technically.
Dave möchte gern hier alles Kork auf seine Klappen. So, im Moment mache ich für Dave Liebman die Oktavklappe. Altes Polster raus. So. Jetzt steche ich aus Kork ein neues Polster heraus und klebe es praktisch wieder in die Klappe ein. Die anderen Klappen habe ich auch schon fertig und kann ich wieder einbauen jetzt.
I don't know about the pads and the keys and the strings and stuff. I know a little bit. So you must have somebody who's informed and understands musically. Now, of course, Al's special because he plays. He's a good player. And the other gentlemen, I don't know if they actually play, but I bet they do play. And that means that they have an understanding of what goes into making sound and what you're looking for.
It's like another horn.
It puts like an electric thing on it. Something.
It's like so.
There's a lot more edge.
Yeah, the horn sounds good, no matter what you put on it.
It does.
They sound excellent.
I like this cork thing too.
Yeah, well, it's a nice touch.
I think that's a right.
Everybody will appreciate it.
I'm a jazz soloist with a certain sound. People know me for that. But then there is the broad area of what generally we're talking about in jazz. Now, by the way, if I was a classical musician, this whole aesthetic discussion we had today might be completely different from what's needed in the horn. But I play jazz. It's an expressive music. It's very emotional music. I need a range from very loud to very soft, very quickly, etc., etc. I need a lot of colors to paint my pictures, and they're able. This saxophone's able to do it. I mean, that's really why I'm with Keilwerth. It has the ability to really change colors and tell a different story. I mean, it's me doing it, but the instrument enables me to do it. I've worked on ergonomics. Just physically, you can see these are curved. This is unusual in the saxophone. Curved here, more curved here. Some inside technical stuff. Screws have different kinds of buffers, so they don't wear out as much. They don't have, it used to be felt and then leather, and now it's synthetic. I have corks instead of pads, instead of leather on the top. The top gets a lot of saliva, obviously, and leather will disintegrate after a while. The belief is that the cork will last longer and be more stable. There are certain things with the fingers. There's the feeling, what we call the action. This is how it glides. And I like what's called relatively loose action, and they've agreed to do that with me. This could be adjusted. Somebody can take it and make it harder again. But, that's the way I like it. Some of these keys are raised up a little bit, so they're a little more convenient. Classical guys might go like this. I like to go like that, etc., etc. And most of all, the bore and the bell, this construction is larger than, I guess, any soprano around. And that makes for a great sound, just a big, big sound. So all in all, it's a combination of what they always had as a model there, what's called the SX90, with my modifications ergonomically and sound-wise. Okay, let's discuss it. So what did we do, Al?
Okay,
What are all the things we did today? Let's review.
well, here's your signature model.
Right, and
its
this
key-
happens to be with the clamps on.
clamps installed, as it will come. And a couple of slight adjustments we made. Well, first we added a synthetic cork lining to the thumb hook, a little extra cushion.
Right.
We have all the cork pads up top that we discussed.
Yeah, these are all cork instead
So
of
your whole upper stack,
leather, instead of pads.
all your palm keys, your auxiliary keys on the side are all lined with cork pads rather than
Which we hope will
regular leather
last,
pads.
should last longer,
Should last a little bit longer,
and be more secure.
a little more seal.
We're working on an
gonna
exact
work-
angle of E flat to C.
We're going to work on some re-angles here with the E flat and the C spatula. We have the redesigned side keys,
Side keys a little higher up, rounded, the F fork rounded.
right?
The adjustment screws, of which there are a lot on the Keilwerth, or here, have now synthetic rubber,
Bumpers.
synthetic bumpers, so
Right,
that
the
that
bumpers.
doesn't, because that's really rough. If that wears down, you could end up in a night coming out and playing and you're messed up. And then
Right.
you got to go in with a screwdriver in the middle of the gig. Bad news.
Right, so the bumper underneath is synthetic, so it
That
won't
should
wear
last.
down, it'll last you
And we
longer.
got the rounded everywhere. It's rounded. The whole
Yep.
idea is to fit your hand better.
Yep.
And nice finish, of course.
Yeah, there you go.
And I think we did everything.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to mention, it's not here, but we're going to make a case. Obviously, a case is important. You carry your horn in it for safety and stability. But I'm making the case so that there's room to put your accessories in it. You could put you change your clothes for the next day, man. There'll be enough room. And a stand and what we call swab to dry it out. And, a little screwdriver to adjust things, blah, blah, blah. So that when you get the Liebman model, you're getting some extras that you wouldn't ordinarily get. And you're paying a little bit more for it. That's the point. And also this, what I think is a very beautiful finish, it's called antique. And with this kind of brushed gray, I guess I would call it, keys. So this, it looks nice. Also, this was I philosophically believe in this yin yang thing, and my name, of course, and the logo. And then this is very interesting. This is a musical thing. The 12 divisions for the 12 tones of Western music, and the 3 lines for the triad, which of course is our basis of Western music. So some symbolic stuff that I believe. I mean, not everybody likes what I like. Obviously, some people like a different kind of sound in the soprano. This is for people who enjoy my playing, and would like to be in that area of sound that this saxophone produces.